What up, Cowboys Nation? Slapping the bass, Mark. Don't forget to slap the bass. Just like slapping that ass. Like the Cowboys were doing all day today against the Minnesota Vikings. Thank you, everybody, for joining us after another 40 burger by the Cowboys offense and a single-digit output by the defense. Just an absolutely resounding ass whooping. Something that you just, you don't get tired of seeing, even though CBS did. CBS turned it off.
That was
The third
ridiculous.
quarter.
Did you see that? Oh my god!
Well, I thought it was gonna just be a regional thing, and then
Yeah.
I hop onto Twitter, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's gone! Oh, it's gone! Oh, it's gone!" I'm like, nobody wants to watch Pittsburgh and Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow and Kenny Pickett. I don't care how bad the score
Pittsburgh
is.
fans don't even want to watch Pittsburgh right now.
No. I wanted to watch Cooper Rush and Malik Davis run the offense for a full quarter, just for fun. Because I was sitting there watching it with my brother-in-law, Alex, a huge Vikings fan, a Minnesota native.
Yeah.
So I obviously had a fun time. He did not. It was a rough day for the Viking clan that showed up to my house. But he did bring me one of my new jerseys. I got myself a Zach Martin.
Hey, there
jersey.
we go.
Repping
Showing
the
love to the big guys. I love it.
Oh yeah, the best guard in the NFL. Don't anybody forget.
He had a birthday today, so happy birthday, Zach Martin.
I know. Hell yeah.
And
Happy birthday,
Tyler
Zach
Biotic.
Martin. He'll get there. He's growing on my Madden franchise too. I haven't gotten rid of him yet. I'm just letting him grow.
Okay.
But we're gonna hop right into it. Get away from the little small talk. So, Mark, I want to send it over to you again. Cowboys put up 40 points on the board. Defense only gave up 3 points. So obviously the correct answer is yes. But if you were going to pick one, which one stood out to you more, the offense or the defense?
I'm going to go offense this time, man. I thought both our running backs played, out of their minds. Zeke had a pretty pedestrian game, yards-wise, but got in the end zone twice running, hammered it in the goal line both times.
Oh, yeah.
Pollard out there making plays left and right, catching the ball, catching 2 touchdowns. So, every touchdown we scored was our running backs today. So, you can't – and Dak, man, what a great game he played, right?
Oh, yeah.
Kind of silenced some of those haters out there that were saying, like, Dak's not elite, Dak's this, Dak's – the guy had 3 incompletions this game, threw 2 touchdowns, 276 yards, was efficient with the ball, didn't make any bonehead mistakes that caused those haters to come out from under their rocks. But the guy just, he played great today. He can't say a bad thing about what the offense was able to do this game. So, yeah, I'm gonna go offense, but I mean. It's like
argument could be made for both. I was gonna add on. I know that Cooper Rush came into the game. I think he completed 4 passes, but 10 different
5,
Cowboys receivers caught a ball today.
Yeah,
10 different receivers had at least 1 catch. Tony Pollard, as you mentioned, our RB2, finished as the top receiver with 6 receptions over 100 yards, the 2 touchdowns. I think CD had 4, Noah Brown had 3 or 4. I mean, it was just all over the place. And then the running game, Tony Pollard is still averaging 5.9 yards a carry into our 10th game of the season. And that is just bonkers to me.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, decisions.
There's a lot of doubters out there saying, like, well, if you give him the ball 20 times like Zeke, he's not going to have that. But the dude's out there. I think he had how many touches?
15 and the 6 of 21, right?
6 of 21 right there. And last week he had 20, I want to say 25. And, yeah, so the dude's out there. He's, obviously, I think he even, admitted to him last week that, by that 20th carry, he was tired. But, that's
a lot of work.
Yeah, that's the beating they take.
Running all over the place.
But he's proving people wrong that he can be the guy. So, you know, I really enjoy watching this two-headed monster though with Zeke in there. Like, you got a guy that's going to get you a yard, 2 yards, 3 yards. He's going to fall forward every single time. You've mentioned in the past, he's great in the pass blocking game. That's one area that Tony Pollard needs to improve, but I'm seeing a little, hints of it. But
He's
yeah,
kind of like your third down back now. Zeke will be your third down back, long passing situations.
goal line.
I would even send out Tony Pollard to line out out wide.
Yeah.
And still leave Zeke in the backfield, 3-4 receiver set with Zeke in the backfield, Tony Pollard lined out in the slot or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he'll be your goal line guy just like he was today. Tony Pollard had 2 chances, and I know why they kept him in there. He was responsible for that first touchdown, running it 30, 40 yards on that drive. They get inside the 5. They're like, all right, let's see if we can get him 6 points. He got 2 tries at it, and it was like, nope. Yeah. And then you bring in Zeke, and he's just
get the
boom right through. And that's what. And Zeke's always been like that. He's always craved contact. He's not afraid of it, and he's going to most of the time win those battles and
with
get that extra.
With a bum knee, you can't ask too much more of him, right? He's out there doing what he can, but 2 touchdowns on the day, so.
I actually thought he got a little bit too much work than I would have probably gone with.
Yeah.
Coming back from that, especially since we play on Thursday.
I think he had 15 carries as well, right?
Yeah, 15 carries. I know he had at least 1 catch, but I don't remember. It wasn't, anything spectacular. But when they started him out on the first drive of the game, running it to him a couple times, I was like, hey,
maybe we
pump the brakes a little bit there.
We ease him back in here,
Yeah, let's not have him out for the Giants. I want to talk about this 2-headed monster for the rest of the season, not just for 1 quarter of the Vikings, and then shit, he's gone again. I was going to bring in the defense because obviously, so you went offense. I'll just go ahead and give love to the defense, and just right back to where we thought they were before the Packers game. And I will say, I do think that the Vikings played into the Cowboys game today. One of the things that has really hurt this team is run defense. And you saw a couple of plays where Dalvin Cook gets out wide, gets around the edge, and picks up 6-7 yards. And you're like, oh, shit, here we go again. Every team's starting to figure out with all the stunts and the movement that the Cowboys line does pre-snap. It's like, hey, we're just going to get it out quickly while they're doing all this movement to try and get back to the quarterback. And in the passing league, that all makes sense, right? And so the Vikings decide, hey, let's take our mediocre quarterback, 10 chains, whatever we call Kirk now after that Bills game. Yeah. Did you see? Oh, okay, so after I'm done with this, I got one thing I want to bring up. But anyways, they played it into the Cowboys' hands, 7 sacks, hit him 13 times. I think they had under 100 yards, 100 total yards of offense through the midway point of the third quarter.
Yeah.
I think they almost had as much when, it was garbage time by the time, the second stringers came out and whatnot. But
yeah, Nick Mullins came in, and then there was a 4 and out maybe at that point that he got hit every single time by the defense.
It's just nuts, dude. And there was one point Micah had 2 sacks today, should have had 3.
Yeah.
When Kirk pumped and he thought he let go of the ball, and he's literally standing next to Kurt like, yo, what's up, homie? And Kurt's still holding the ball, and then he moves away and then throws it. And Micah's like, wait, what the hell? I should have ended up with 3 sacks today. But I remember after one of them, so when you started doing this, there was a point in today's game when Kirk, I think, got hit or threw a really shitty ball and just stands up, and he's doing one of these numbers. I think it was a signal to the sideline or to one of his players, but he's sitting here going like this. I'm like, well, you can't get away from the pressure. That's what it actually looks like. Homeboy's been running in place for the entire first half while these Cowboys D linemen just get back there and took over the game, man. kept it in the offense's hands. I think the time of possession was 38 or 38 to 22, something along those lines.
Yeah,
just an absolute dominating performance, and something that you just love to see, especially heading into a short week. Got the Giants on Thursday, and then you're moving into action against the AFC South. We're going to have the Colts. We're going to have the Texans. We're going to have the Jaguars coming up. It's good stuff, man.
I wish the Colts would have done their job today and put away the Eagles for their second loss.
That was incredibly disappointing, because when I turned on football today, I saw on the bottom line that it was like 14-3 or something like that. I'm like, oh shit, look, the Eagles are playing the way that we all think that they probably should be playing right now.
Yeah.
And Sirianni's got to go up and get all jacked up next to the fans at the end of the game and start crying. I don't know what that was about.
He's got such a punchable face, dude. If there's
you weren't the only one. I think that was trending on Twitter, something along those lines.
If there's one guy in the league where I could deliver one of these to, it'd be right to that smug freaking nose of his.
Yeah. Well, and, it only makes it worse that he coaches the team that we hate.
We're gonna see him Christmas Eve, and hopefully the Cowboys can do the metaphoric punching in the mouth for me.
Oh, absolutely, and I'll be looking forward to it too.
Yeah. But yeah,
we got
Thanksgiving coming up. We got the Giants. Yeah. That'll be a big one. Both teams 7-3. Giants lost today, so
it should hopefully give them a little bit of a boost if they can, go ahead and sweep the season series, win a game at home.
Well, we got Dak this time, so it should be, at least the same outcome. I'm hoping, We beat him with Cooper
I want
Rush.
the Cowboys defense to do today whatever the Lions defense did. I think Saquon ran 15 times for 22 yards or something like that.
That's what I said. Oh, man, that's what I said when the Cowboys played the Giants the first time. You take Saquon away from this team, put it in Daniel Jones's hands, and they're not the same team. So
he had a big game stat-wise, but obviously it doesn't matter when you – I don't remember what the final score was, but I think they lost by 2 scores.
Yeah.
Or double digits, something along those lines.
Yeah, this offense runs through Saquon, and the defense plays pretty solid, but they just got to get after him, and should come away with our first Thanksgiving win in what's it been, like 3 years? 3 Thanksgivings that we've.
Last year was the Raiders.
Last year was the Raiders. The year before
was a loss.
The Chargers, I want to say. And then the Redskins the year before, or the
God, that makes
the Commies, something like that.
Whoa!
I know, the Commies.
You're gonna
they were the Redskins
get us kicked off the air.
They were the Redskins back then. I'll say they lost to the Redskins.
Which you wouldn't be wrong. So that would be politically correct, I think, if they were actually named that. What are we looking for on Thursday? Do we want Dak slinging it around? It's so hard to really try to put it into like, hey, do we want this? Do we want that? They rushed the ball 40 times today.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of that was in garbage time. I think even Malik Davis got 7 or 8 carries. Dak ran it twice, and then both Tony and Zeke got 15 carries apiece. And then they technically threw the ball only 30 times, but if you take away Cooper Rush, then it was 25? So they dominated the game on the ground. They dominated the game in the air.
They dominated the game on third down. The Vikings were 1 of 11. The Cowboys were 12 of 17. So, what I'm hoping for this against the Giants is more of the same, are using this two-headed monster at running back that we got, get them rolling. Dak plays efficient, elite football that we know he can do.
Right.
And the defense goes out there, pins their ears back, and gets after Daniel Jones. Saquon will probably get his. I think last time we played him, he had like 20-something yards, and then he sprung one for like 50 on us, and he ended up with a
Well, I
decent
feel like
stat
that's
line.
been his career against the
Yeah,
Cowboys.
yeah,
He'll finish with a game line of 15 or 20 carries with 80 to 90 yards, but most of it comes off of one carry, and then they look
one or
at it and
two.
go, "Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Saquon gets his against the Cowboys,"
yeah.
which is not generally the
And the
case.
Cowboys, the one knock on this defense is they haven't been able to consistently stop the run. So Saquon will probably get his. If we let him, get his one that he's going to get this game, then you know, bottle up, bottle him up the rest of the game. Put the ball in Daniel Jones's hands, and you got a recipe for a victory there. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm hoping
Yeah.
I can enjoy my Turkey Day with some good food.
Be the first time in a
football,
while,
family.
man.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, first time in a few years to go get through turkey and gravy, mashed taters, stuffing, all that good stuff, and sit there and watch a Cowboy victory.
Yep.
But bring back your third down, third and manageable. I think that's a reason why we had
Yeah, I
17
think they
attempts
ran
at it.
for I want to say 8 of the 12 were
Yeah, so a lot of them were like
Yeah.
3rd and 4 or less.
Yeah.
And they felt confident enough, or at least maybe depending on where they were on the field, that, hey, if we don't get it, we're going to do it again anyway. It's going to be 4-down territory. Although at this point, you could end your drive at your own 40, and Maher's going to kick a field goal and still make it. The dude is unbelievable.
I feel like the number 19 has possessed his soul and made him a good player. Because after that number change, dude, I mean, the guy's been.
It's a solid number.
Yeah.
We could get it. That could be a whole other show if we wanted to talk about the way officiating has been this year. And I know we both had our knocks on it. We both brought it up. How in the hell do you get to the point 5 minutes after a play that one kicker is going to hit this field goal from 60 yards, which is obviously incredibly difficult, and then come back and be like, oh, we need to review the last play just to make sure that he caught it. But it's like, wait, I swear there had to have been at least 3.5 minutes that went by, and then they're like, "Oh no, we need to look at it." And that's where I got super confused. The Vikings didn't have any timeouts. It's obvious under 2 minutes, the final 2 minutes in the second quarter. So it's not challengeable anyway.
And we already scored.
And you already put it in. I don't.
It's laughable.
Even my brother-in-law, even Alex was like, that field goal should just count just because of how good of a field goal it was. And, they decided very late to just, let's go and review this. Hit from 60 back to back. My dude, Brett Maher.
Yeah. And his two of his four, there was a 60-yarder, and then the other 3 were 53, 50, and I think like a 32-yarder. So
he's got that look in his face, dude. When he gets up there, he's just got this it's
ice
all
in his veins, brother.
All game mode, and I love it.
Money Maher, dude. He's earning that nickname back.
Hell yeah, I love it. Anything else you want to add before we get out of here?
No. I mean, I just feel good, dude. As the Cowboys win,
it does feel good.
Great.
This is what I'd be wearing to school tomorrow.
The NFC North is good feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, technically should have been 4-0, but we missed that opportunity to talk about that. I'd be wearing my Cowboy gear tomorrow, unless Team USA plays tomorrow. So I'll be wearing my Christian Pulisic jersey for the World Cup.
Switch them out.
Yeah, just like every once in a while, just change jerseys and stuff.
I like the jersey, man. Throw the big guys some love. I love it.
Absolutely. Best guard in the league, future Hall of Famer, future Ring of Honor. Appreciate you guys for taking a listen. Make sure to hit us up on the socials. M. Boynton78 over there for my boy Mark. Trady Warren for myself at Mad Cowboys Pod. I think you're going the wrong way, buddy. You're supposed to do it. Yeah.
It's okay. My camera's reversed, so I'm like.
It just looks like you're doing some sort of. This kind of looks inappropriate, but that's neither here nor there.
Ask me about my wiener.
Yeah, you changed your fantasy football name to Dicker Kicker, so now you have to have more wiener references.
Dude, the guy's been perfect on my fantasy team so far.
Well, he was pretty solid for my Longhorns, so I have no problem with him being successful in the NFL. Anyways, we love you guys. Hit us up. Let's chat. Let's talk Cowboys. We love you. We'll talk to you later. Deuces.
Take it easy, y'all.